and welcome to Utmost Outdoors. Today we're going to be learning two things. One, how to shoehorn a pair of skis into a Cessna 152, and we're both going to be learning why I got a call from my brother this morning requesting that I bring duct tape to repair an airplane with duct tape prior to making this trip. We have a limited weather window to get through the mountains, heading to Golden today to go skiing, so let's get to it.
Actually it's a Cessna 150.
Ah, we just learned a third thing. Let's see if the door's open. Well, that's my seat right here. You can see that a snowboard is currently taking it. So this is going to be interesting.
I have a plan. Let me show you how I'm gonna get in.
All right.
I'd like to point out that prior to this flight, I did calculate our weight and balance. And although we are going to be heavy, we are going to be within the limits.
Excellent. I feel better already. So here's a backpack. We'll get that in there.
How long are your skis?
They're this long.
Put that end in first. Try to come up this way.
Okay, so ski number one. Put myself into the aircraft. This is already becoming quite interesting. Let's hop into this thing. Okay. Do you need to do any sort of checks, or are we in the plane once I get in?
We're in the plane.
Okay. Yeah. Oh dear. I think I should put my seatbelt on before
Closing the door.
yes.
Prop clear.
Well, we're into it now.
Cessna 150, Golf Quebec Zulu Mike, with you on the ground at Springbank. Big mountain you see as you're coming into Banff, Cascade. You're looking at it from 10,000 feet. Wondering if I'm looking at it right now. Valley of 10 Peaks is just over there. So we're looking back up the Trans-Canada. Instead of following that highway, we sort of took a shortcut over the mountains. Columbia ice fields are just north of there, and that would be field down in the valley. So this is Kicking Horse Canyon, the Trans-Canada Highway as it comes down into Golden. Absolutely incredible. They managed to snake that little highway through there.
We made it.
There you go.
Shut down 921.
Oh, hell of a headache on the way down, but that's just because I'm an inferior human being. Ugh. Do you feel that at all, or is it just like...
Unfortunately now, no. But I know what you're talking about, like when your sinuses are plugged and you get like an ache in your head.
Yeah.
So 921 now, we probably landed 2 minutes ago, 919, 918.
Now I can actually open my door without falling to my death, which is quite important. Ugh. I can remove my seatbelt, which is actually very useful, I think. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, I have to stretch out a little bit after that one. Oh. But, oh, quicker than driving. A little bit. Let's check out this plane here. It's I keep saying the wrong thing. It's a Cessna 150, not a 152. You've got your super handy little headlight there. It's just a tiny little airplane. Pretty sure that flying with skis and snowboards is like pretty much the absolute limit of what this thing's capable of. Pretty much was holding this the entire time, curled up on my side of the plane so that my brother could actually fly the thing. And there's this crack in the headliner right here, and it's letting a lot of cold air into the cabin, so we're gonna try to duct tape that up. See if we can fix it.
I was talking to John about VFR through the mountains, and he's like, no, you'll absolutely definitely want to take the highway, because if you crash, if you don't die upon landing, you'll just freeze to death and get eaten by a bear.
I can see that.
The long shot, I really want to try to go to Golden. He's like, well, that sounds like a great idea. So I'm like, one guy tells me to just trim straight down so I'll die, and the other one's like, that's a great idea. So I took the advice of the great idea guy.
And this time it worked out. Headache's gone from losing altitude. I'll have to get that checked out, but other than that, I love flying, and it's time to go shred the gnar. Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
I think so. Let's go find some
We're going
kids
to do
learn
snowboarding and
the lingo.
skiing things. Yes, learn that fresh lingo.
I'm like, I don't even know what these like little squiggles and symbols on this map means. So how am I supposed to analyze a week's worth of these?
Yeah.
But over the past week, I've been analyzing the GFA, which is the graphical forecast analysis.
Yeah.
And I've been watching the clouds move over the mountains, and I saw that they were predicted to get out of the way just in time for us to get here today. And not only did they get out of the way, they got out of the way early. As we talked about before, we were supposed to have clouds at 6,000 feet going through the mountains, and we didn't.
And that's
We
where the
actually had
highway
no
was at
clouds.
6,000 feet, so you're like, that would be a problem.
That is correct. So we didn't even have to try to get underneath the clouds going over the pass.
Nice.
In fact, the weather was so nice, we decided to just go direct and fly straight over top of all the mountains.
And on the way home, are we going to take the highway route and stay low?
I'd like to stay the highway while we're climbing out of Golden so we can see the Kicking Horse Canyon construction.
That'd be cool.
But once we're high enough, if we can go in a straight line back to Springbank, we may as well go for it.
Yeah.
If the weather doesn't allow that, then we can stay in the valleys and go along the highway.
Yeah. Either way, it'll be a good day. Once we're just walking, about to cross a train bridge here, and the far side of that train bridge is the main road up to the hill, where hopefully we can hitch a ride. All right. So this is kind of the sketchy part. Wrestling trains is bad. I still remember a story Rolf tells me where we were down by the river valley, down by Bonus and Silver Springs, and he's just walking along with his little like 3-year-old or 5-year-old kid. And he's like, well, you don't hear the trains coming. And apparently a train comes ripping around the corner while he's halfway across the bridge. The GoPro camera died. But to continue my very appropriate story for this situation, yeah. So anyways, Rolf apparently picked me up and ran to the middle of the bridge where there was like a little like workman's box hanging off the side of the bridge.
Yeah.
So the halfway point, there was a place to hide.
Yeah.
And we're standing on the bridge, like inches from the train going by, in this box. And here we are. Still doing it today. We're gonna try to hitch up to the mountain now. Hopefully get some actual skiing and snowboarding in today.
I'm just waiting for a ride up to the ski hill.
All right, the train's just passed, so should have a line of cars coming. The beauty of hitching a ride up the hill is you gotta be like willing to never get a ride. You just gotta be like, what happens, happens. Tickets on. It's gonna be a good one. We are at the top, 7,700 feet, and that is where Ryan got married, and also where we just flew our plane past.
Well, let's go snowboard down this mountain now.
All right, I will get the GoPro out and follow you.
Okay.
So, did you remember how to snowboard?
I did remember how to snowboard.
And are you excited to go for another one?
I'm excited to go for another one. This is some excellent conditions today.
All right, let's rip up that ridge.
That just like knows people.
Yeah. Time for a bite to eat before we fly home. Last run of the day. Beautiful, sunny. Nice groomer, tons of grip, not icy. Absolutely loving this. Well, after successfully making it across the train bridge one last time, just about 4,000 feet of hiking, and we'll be back at the plane ready to fly home. We made it back. Plane's still here. What a glorious machine. And then off we go. Well, actually, that is going to go down to Radium, and that little valley is where we're going to be heading to follow the Trans-Canada. Fueling up. Tippy top tanks with 53 liters, half of which is on one wing and half on the other. They will equalize eventually, but apparently it takes a very long time, so you gotta actually fill up both. And now, it's time to see if the skis fit in once more.
177 centimeters.
What's that?
177 centimeters. It's the longest type of ski that you can fit in a Cessna 150.
Oh, almost.
The tip went in across.
Yeah, the tip went into the back, and then somehow we got it down into the back corner.
Wait, it went over that. This went down and around, and then it came down.
This is vital information for all of our viewers, because literally everyone out there would do this if only they knew it was possible.
Well, actually, I'd recommend they buy a slightly larger airplane
or
smaller skis.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. That's actually really good advice. That's why people come to Utmost Outdoors. It's for my excellent life advice.
Next time we'll do this again in a 4-seater airplane. We'll try a Piper Cherokee. Tune in next week. Okay, I think this is gonna work. I can get this over my head.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, we'll wiggle it around.
And once we get climbed in, I'm gonna actually tie this hoodie around the part next to my head in case we hit turbulence. Phone battery died out there in Golden before we took off, and both my GoPro batteries are dead, so just figured I'd try to finish off the video here. This has kind of been like in the making for the last 15 years. 15 years ago, my brother and I were framing houses, and a homeowner approached us and said that he had inherited a flight school. Would we like to attend his treat? We're like, sure thing. So after working a long day every Tuesday and Thursday, we would drive out together to Springbank Aero and do 3 hours of ground school each evening. It was a few months, and ever since then, my brother kind of has just been chipping away at his private pilot's license, which he got a little over a year ago. And he's actually well on his way to getting his commercial license at this point, which is quite an accomplishment. And just back in the day, we were dreaming about doing exactly this, which was, how cool would it be? Load up your skis into the airplane, fly out to Golden, ski for a day, fly back through the incredible Rocky Mountains. Like, the view from a small plane right down in those valleys is unreal, and just make a day out of it like a rich person. I know the plane was a little on the modest side, but it's still like, it's just so many things came together, and today was an awesome experience, and I'm just so happy to have done that and to be able to share it with you guys. Very appreciative of all of my subscribers as usual. There will be more jet boating coming up and gold mining. The next adventure is going to be as soon as these rivers melt. I'm taking the jet boat into some interesting waters, and we're going to do a really cool adventure with that thing. I'll show you all the modifications I've been doing to it over the winter, and eventually leading back into some gold mining. So until then, cheers. Have a good day.